Ran out of time.
Let me officially welcome everybody. On my screen, it says John Fullerton, but my name is Mark. We do have John on the line. We have a shared account here through the council. Again, my name is Mark. So far, we have 38. Looks like we have 38 people that called in. So thank you for taking about a half hour. Is our plan out of your Monday afternoon. And again, we will record this and then email it out Thursday, as well as put it on our website this afternoon. Hosting with me today is Chris. Chris, give a little hello.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Our goal is to make this real quick with just some key points we wanted to share.
So the main agenda is we want to share some updates on events. We want to give you some resources, some digital tools that you can use with your scouts, and then also a little financial update on the council to keep everybody apprised on how we're doing overall. Then we'll open it up with a little Q&A. I mentioned this earlier, but please feel free to use the chat option over on the side of your screen. I can see any questions that are typed in there, and we will answer those. So to get things started, I mentioned events first. Chris, do you want to take that?
Yeah, I'll give us just a quick update on a few things that we know are going to happen and or not going to happen. Let's start with some of the training that we had coming up. Baloo, the in-person leader specific, the Den Chief training. Obviously, all of this is being postponed until further notice. Hopefully the fall is what we're looking at. I did have an opportunity to speak to Michael Devine today. He's our chair for our training committee for the council. And there are going to be some things happening that we can do online here shortly. So I don't know exactly what, maybe a leader specific, maybe some merit badge counselor training to kind of get people into that process, but I know that there's something that's going to happen. I know the team is working very hard to try and make something happen. So stay tuned for that. We will absolutely keep you posted. Pinewood Derby, the Memorial Day Family Camp, Scoutorama, obviously postponed at this time, but Scoutorama, it's looking like this is something we could probably do in September, and we're going to combine that with Pinewood Derby and our Webelos Fair. We're trying to stay nimble. We're trying to be really aware of what's going on and planning ahead for all the contingencies of when we may be able to be doing in-person things again. Still planning for summer camp. This is a big one. We don't have a crystal ball, but at this point, our goal is to be prepared for summer camp. That's a huge task. I know Nathaniel is going to be running point on that, but at this time, we really have to just try and be prepared and assume that that's going to happen. Now, there's some pessimists in the crowd that I know I've spoken to, but we're just going to cross our fingers on that and hope that that one happens. Also wanted to mention that Family Adventure Camp, we're looking at August, and Webelos Weekend. Those are both still a go as of right now. So Mark, I'm going to kick it back to you to talk about our Scout Shop and some other things.
There, I just unmuted myself. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, I know a lot of people have questions about advancements, Eagles, Scout Book. So I just wanted to address that briefly. Unfortunately, our shop is closed and it'll remain closed through April. So that is recent news. We had hoped, of course, to be able to open that back up. But with this safer at home, at least extended through April, that would apply to our shop as well. Although advancements can continue. So that's the good news. We are encouraging scouts to do advancements from home, from all program levels. We did post some resources that Howard was mentioning earlier on this call on our website. I may attempt a screen share here in a minute to point that out to you. Cub Scouts, for instance, Webelos, Arrow of Light, those achievements can be signed off by parents at home. That is typically not the case. And Cubs can also earn rank advancement through July. So that's also an extension that our national office has given specifically for this time at home that Cub Scouts have until the end of July. For Boy Scouts, there's a lot of guidance on Scout Book as it relates to merit badge work. For instance, Scoutmasters, for any Scoutmasters on the call, Sandy at our office has uploaded our current merit badge counselor list onto Scout Book, so you have that access. Let us know offline if you have any issues with that. Also, as far as merit badge counselor work, National has allowed merit badge counselors to work with Scouts by approving their achievements, their merit badge work digitally. So what we are saying is that you may need a blue card at a later date. You know, without being able to access blue cards through the shop, we understand that you know, that could be an issue. But what we're doing is allowing you your Scouts to work with merit badge counselors and approve that work digitally, electronically, and then the Scoutmaster would go in and also approve that that work had been done. Again, the note on that is just be aware that down the road we may still need a blue card, but we're hoping that's sooner than later. So let's see here. If I can do, if you give me 1 second. Now, hopefully, hopefully you can see my screen.
We got it.
Great. And what I'm showing you here, I'm scrolling up, is this Scouting at Home page. Okay, so I'm going to click to our main page. This is our main website here, and we have updates as it relates to events. And then the first slide, as it comes back around, you can click Activities at Home. So it's very easy to get to from our website. And on here, if you scroll down, I'll announce this Facebook Live in a minute, but we have resources for Cub Scouts, we have 30-day challenges, information for Boy Scouts, and then advancement information. So this stuff right here, if you click any of these links, we have help for Scout Book, advancements, email Sandy, questions you might have, and so forth. So let me get back there. Okay, so that's just a brief overview. I would encourage you to read the FAQ page. Also, just one final note on Eagle boards. Again, this is going to be a question that may vary from each Scout's particular case. But our Council Advancement Chair, Matt Warner, has been working with Eagle Scouts to do their project reviews via virtual conference. So that may be like this on Zoom, it may use another platform, but the general guidance is to email Sandy, and we can put her email out. It's also on our website under staff resources. Sandy.vanwyck@scouting.org. That's Sandy.vanwyck@scouting.org. And she is very willing to help Eagle Scouts schedule their boards and turn in paperwork. But before you drive by the office, email her to work that out. So we can answer, I know there's a question that came through. We'll get to that. But for now, in terms of digital resources and meetings, Chris, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Yeah, of course. So I consider this this time kind of a transition to scouting online. Don't know how else to characterize it other than the fact that we're just stuck right now at home. So with that in mind, Mark shared with you the fantastic resource that we have available on our website, pointing to other local resources and resources throughout the United States that you can use. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a couple units that I know have been doing online meetings, troop meetings, and other sharing. That's Troop 134 and Troop 371. I know that 134 had a pretty huge meeting with over 50 people participating. I don't know the size on 371, but I would love to hear more about all the other units, Cub Scout units, Scout units, any other traditional scouting unit, or even our non-traditional scouting units. What are you guys doing online, and how is that working? More importantly, to do that, you need to join our Facebook page. So real quick, I just want to do a quick screen share here of what we have going on for, oh, looks like I can't do that because I am not leading, but hey, real quick, join our Facebook page. If you go to the council website, there is a link on the Iron Star District to join Facebook. Now, the reason this is important is because those of you who are experienced adult leaders are able to share what you're doing. And for the rest of us that are not 10 years plus of scouting experience, we're able to learn what's going on and how you are doing it and what is working and what is not. That's really the forum that we want to use to be able to share what people are doing. So please go and join. We'll add you in right away when you make that request. We just need to make sure that we have that opportunity to share information and glean information from those of you that are very experienced. So tools like we're using right now, Zoom, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams, Cisco WebEx, every one of those tools, there is a free version that you are able to use right now. Pick the one that you like or that you're familiar with, or if you're not familiar with one, take a stab at one of them. I like Zoom myself. I will also say that Cisco WebEx is extremely robust. That's a tool that typically will handle thousands of participants. I don't know if we have a group that big, but you get the idea. I've also used Microsoft Teams. I think it's great, and I've used Hangouts too. So pick the tool that you want to use and do what you can with your unit. We want to keep our scouts engaged right now. My particular unit has decided not to do online troop meetings, but we're doing other things to keep our scouts connected. So bear in mind what works for you. Share it on Facebook. We'd love to hear about it. Also wanted to give a quick point out to that website that Mark showed us on the Long Beach Area Council's website, the Cub Scout 30-day challenges. So Cub Scout leaders, we have not left you out, okay? It was one of the resources we found early on. We are also planning some future things, maybe belt loop things. I'll share that in a little bit. I don't want to get too far ahead of us. I think I'll leave it there for now, Mark, and I'm going to pass it back to you.
There we go. I keep muting myself. Just wanted to point out that in the comments, we have some great feedback from units doing merit badges tonight. From Troop 21, Pack 21 has been using Zoom. Troop 74 is doing merit badges online as well. Pack 21 suggests discord.app, and Pack 208 Tigers are using Google Hangouts. Troop 371 is doing online meetings. Troop 65 held their PLC using Zoom. So great job. I mean, this is really cool to see the engagement, and this is what it's all about, is just keeping scouts engaged in scouting. And one of the ways we're also doing that, which is a great transition. So thank you everybody for sending those chats over. What we're doing on our council Facebook page, and I referenced this a little bit earlier, is we're launching a Long Beach Scouting Live. And what that allows you to do is tune into our Facebook page. It's live, it's unrehearsed, it's raw, and it's a lot of fun. Last week on Tuesday, our scout executive, our very own John Fullerton, built a birdhouse in his garage, in his workshop at home. And tomorrow, so just posted this on our Facebook account about 3 hours ago. Tomorrow, our next Facebook Live event will be rope splicing. So this is really cool. We have one of our own as well here in Long Beach, Rick Gorman, who will be doing rope splicing. There's 3 primary rope splices, one being the end splice, an eye splice, and then also splicing 2 ropes together. So if you have a piece of rope at home, and the kids are around, it'd be great to head over to our Facebook page, and you'll see the live video right there. You just click on videos, and there's a little red button that says live. So we're excited about that. And then also this Saturday, we'll put word on Facebook out later this week. But this Saturday, we will be having our third Facebook Live event with Andy Long, who is the chairman for our August Adventure Camp. And he has a little surprise for us. He's going to set up a campsite. So he's going to set up a campsite in his backyard and issue a challenge to everybody else to do something similar. So I let the cat out of the bag a little bit there, but hopefully everybody else on the call here has a little heads up to tune in on Saturday morning. It may be 9 or 10. We'll announce the time Saturday morning. But for sure tomorrow, the rope splicing will be on Facebook Live at 4 p.m. So make sure to tune in tomorrow at 4 p.m. Let me just pivot a moment as I'm looking at my notes here to our next agenda topic, which is our council finances. And I will do another screen share for you. And bring this up. So hopefully, Chris, can you let me know if you can see that?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, great. So what you're looking at here is our operating budget for 2020, which is roughly $1.9 million, and that's for the Long Beach Area Council. We've done some projected losses of about $300,000. And again, that's from various sources of revenue not coming in, including our shop, a couple of foundations not coming in. The market, of course, has had an impact. And the big one here is a lack of activity revenue, just activities not happening. Now, the next line down is $150,000 projected additional loss. So that $150,000 would be in addition to the $300,000 if we cannot do summer camp. So as Chris mentioned earlier, we are totally planning on doing summer camp. Chris down at the Sea Base, Nathaniel up at Camp Talkwitz, Ranger Rick, and many of other staff are hard at work preparing for summer camp. But sometimes the forces are out of our control. So we are waiting to hear about that. And we are certainly planning to put on summer camp for everybody. What are we doing? So this Wednesday, what are we doing to tighten our belt? Well, April 1st, we will begin unpaid leave, furloughs, and pay cuts for all of our staff. So they will fall into one of those three categories. And like it says there, it does apply to all of our staff of 11 employees. What this will do is we estimate this will save about 40% of our payroll in April, and we will reevaluate this monthly. So this is a month-by-month plan at the moment. Of course, we will reevaluate as we go along. But given those projected losses that we see there, we feel that that we needed to take some measures on our end as well. Of course, as it mentions there at the bottom, truly any charitable support that any of you can give, that anybody else that you know would really be appreciated. And we certainly know that this impacts, I'm back on the screen here. We certainly know that everybody is impacted, my family included. But you know, my wife and I was telling somebody else earlier, my wife and I, we like to support our local coffee shop. They're a very small business, and you know, we want to see them survive and we want to see them succeed. So, you know, if that applies to you, you know, we certainly appreciate your support. That's about what I can say. And I know I speak for all of our staff, all of our camps and our properties. And there is a donate page on our website. So, yeah, if there's any questions later about the finances, happy to answer any more of those. And I see a comment here that there are some SBA loans. Yeah, there are some SBA loans available, and we are looking into any other support that we can get. So with that said, on the finances, one of the last things we want to let you know about, I'm going to go back over to Chris for some more resources.
Before we do that, because we had this email conversation about Amazon Smile. I mean, that might be another chance. I'm sure it's not a lot, but every little bit helps, right?
That's right. Yeah, and Howard, that's a good point. I will mention that as well. Okay, so Gregory, I'll get to you in a minute. Let me go back to Chris.
You got it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about kind of what's coming up. What are we doing? What are you going to be looking forward to? What are we planning going forward? First, I want to go back to Facebook. Okay, so the things that we're planning, things that we want to be doing, we're going to be posting them here for sure. So you'll find stories of what people are doing. You'll find the latest information. I wanted to share one quick story before I get on to what else we're going to be doing in the future. Jennifer Armstrong shared this yesterday. I thought it was just really cool. Cub Scout Pack 75 has introduced Pack Callback. These are ideal for scouts that are sad, lonely, or celebrating birthdays or other milestones. Think Cub Scouts when you're reading this. A parent emails the pack, and we arrange for scouts to blast the recipient with calls, texts, or video chats in an effort to lift their spirits, help them celebrate. It's an easy way to keep scouts connected while we can't physically meet. I thought that was a fantastic idea. I wanted to share that. These are the kind of things that are being posted here. Please come and sign up, and we can continue to share, and you can learn about what's going on. So first, what's up this week? Well, we have a roundtable coming up. We are committed to doing roundtables, and this Friday is the timing that we currently have planned. What are we going to do during the roundtable? Well, we're potentially going to be demonstrating Scoutbook. So not sure how many of you are currently using Scoutbook, but I dug into it a little bit deeper for the first time earlier in the week, and I had some questions. I couldn't really understand everything I was doing, but a little demonstration of Scoutbook, how to use it, may help us along. So we'd like to offer that. We're going to do a deeper dive into our online resources. So all the things on that page that Mark shared, we're going to be diving much deeper into that and sharing what's going on, what people are doing, and kind of just come up with some best practices of what we could be doing right now. Guidance on the how-tos of scouting. We talked a little bit about Eagle Scouts and their path and what could be happening, what's being allowed right now for them to do. We're also going to be introducing a video contest. Okay, I don't want to give too many details about that, but the prize is going to be significant. It's going to be a really fun prize, and I have to figure out how I can make sure to get this. I'm going to be donating the prize. I want to make sure that we can use this. I'll flesh it out with you, but we're doing this in real time. I'm sure Eric's mad at me right now because we didn't really plan on introducing that yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to ask your scouts to make a video about what they're doing right now in relation to scouting and some of the things that they're having fun with. So we want them to share. The prize is going to be totally cool. I promise you're going to enjoy it. Please share that with your scouts. We're going to be posting that on the website as well as our Facebook page. So, and a few more things. We're going to be talking about training a little bit, but that's coming up. The timing right now is this Friday. We'll be posting that. It will be a Zoom meeting like we're using today.
Hey, Chris, it looks like you're still sharing, right?
Yep, still sharing. You got it. I can unshare if you want to share something.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay, you got it. Okay, the other thing we're going to be doing is there are a ton of resources out there right now on merit badges and some on belt loops and some of the other things that we could be doing for scouting right now. We are going to be doing our own merit badge classes and facilitation for the Long Beach Area Council. So I'm going to kick us off with a radio merit badge. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to be posting information about when that's going to start. We can do almost everything except for one requirement, and I believe that requirement we can do as well. I have to just get approval to do that, but the requirement is to visit a radio station. Well, good news, I have a radio station in my garage as a ham radio operator, and I don't see why the visit can't be virtual with 2 adult leaders and a scout doing that one-on-one, and we can accomplish that. So we're also going to be doing reaching out to many of our counselors and saying, hey, would you like to put on and facilitate a merit badge online class? There's 58 merit badges that can be done strictly online. And then there's several more that can be done online with a couple little exceptions. At least there's a path to doing it online. So bear in mind. So in addition to all the resources out there, we're going to be doing our own right here in Long Beach Area Council. So if you are a merit badge counselor, we'd love to hear from you. We've called a few already. We're going to be calling more this week, but feel free to reach out. And I'm going to share one more slide here for us. It's our contact information. Give me just a second and I will get that up. This is your volunteer leadership for the Iron Star District. My name is Chris Sherarian, is Iron Star District Chair. Joe Lopez is our District Commissioner Service Team Leader, and Eric is the Council Roundtable Chair. So we would love to hear from you. We'll be answering questions obviously right now, but if you would like to reach out to us, and if you're a counselor, you'd like to do a merit badge facilitation online, great. If you have other issues you want to talk about, great. In addition to our professional staff. Obviously our professional staff is stretched a bit right now. We've done some financial things to help the council, but bear in mind that's impacted how they're going to be available. You know, we have volunteers as well that could help out. I just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. Please reach out with any questions that you have. So if there's nothing else, Mark, I think we want to open up to Q&A.
Yeah, I just wanted to say first, you know, Chauncey and Liz, on your questions there in the chat, and thank you, Eric, for chiming in there. Big help on your end. The time and the Zoom link for the roundtable will be sent out this Thursday. So look for that. But again, that will be forthcoming. I just wanted to remind everybody that you know, we have a lot of resources in this digital age on our website. We're posting new updates daily. So do check that out. You know, if a couple days have gone by and you haven't gone to go visit that, you know, definitely check it out. Our Facebook page, tomorrow we are doing a 4 p.m. rope splicing. Anybody can tune in. It'll be a great activity that anybody can do from home. And then again, this coming Saturday, we will have a backyard campsite Facebook Live for you as well. I believe that's it. You have the contact information in front of you. And let's see, we have, I believe, well, we were up to about 58 people on the call. So if we can do it in somewhat of an orderly fashion, if there's any questions for the group, why don't we see what we get? So anybody else out there?
Hey, Mark, this is Chris. I had a question about the camp cards. Are they going to be extending that from June to maybe July?
Yeah, that's a good question. Thanks for asking that question, Chris. And I know that a lot of units out there checked out camp cards. So yes, the answer is that we have extended the deadline. We totally understand that you're unable to go in front of stores at the moment to sell those camp cards. So that's something that we're playing on a month-by-month basis as well. But we have extended that through July. So hopefully that provides a little bit of extra time for you to keep selling.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome. Any other questions out there?
I have a question. When is the last day that we can, that we need to turn our cards in? I just want to make sure, because PAC 21 we checked out quite a bit, because we had aspirations of selling a lot, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so that's also a good question as it relates to camp cards. When is the last day you can turn those in? I don't actually have that date for you, but Henry on our staff, as well as Katie, who's our volunteer chairperson for camp cards, we'll be deciding that. We will post that on the camp card page, as well as get that information out via our website and Facebook. So is this Andrea?
Yes,
think,
it is.
okay, yeah, thanks. I thought that was Andrea who asked the question. Unfortunately, again, I don't have the date for you right now. When is the last chance you have? But we will get that information out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Hey, Mark.
Yeah, actually, another one, Mark, is in regards to the Jody. Will you be sending out another link to sign up for that or registration?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I think I'm not sure about our email this Thursday, but certainly we can put another reminder out on our Facebook page this week. That is something that's actually administered. The Jamboree on the Air, Jamboree on the Internet was the question, abbreviated JODA and Jody. Those events, so to speak, are worldwide, which is really cool. So I say that just because it's not administered here locally, but certainly an opportunity for all our local scouts to connect with scouts all over the world. So yeah, I just made a note for myself to put that information out on our Facebook page.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Following up on what Chris said, I think during the month of April, we're going to be able to put on a live merit badge count orientation session.
Okay.
So anybody in the packs or troops that wants to get their adults to volunteer for merit badge counseling, you know, part of the requirement is to do the orientation, although it doesn't have to be instantaneous with you submitting the application. But at Chris Sherarian's behest, cajoling, and really threats, we'll go ahead and do one probably towards the end of April, just so that we can figure out the logistics of doing it online. But it's a fairly short training, should be a lot of fun, and it'll help us get a lot of new merit badge counselors on board.
That's fantastic, and thank you, Michael, for that. So just to reiterate, we will later this month, looks like, be offering an opportunity for any parents out there, any scout leaders who are not currently merit badge counselors, to become one through a virtual online training. So that sounds great. Any other questions out there? Michael, if you're still on the line, there's a question about whether there will be a spring edge training.
So just slightly editing what Chris said. Actually, we've pushed all of our live trainings temporarily to July, but you know, I don't have high hopes in the situation that we're in that we would be able to conduct them live. However, not necessarily edge, but I think we're going to take a really hard look at seeing what we can do online with some of the leader specific trainings.
Okay.
You know, start small and kind of build from there.
Great.
We know that training is a great resource in terms of both the trainers interacting with other people. So we certainly want to integrate that into our scouting process. Edge, I don't know. I need to kind of work with the trainers a little bit and see about the viability of doing it online. So I'd say that's a to be decided. And if there's a way to do it, we're certainly going to consider it. We want to get as many of the interactive trainings out there as we possibly can. So stay tuned on that one.
Terrific. Excellent. Thank you for weighing in there, Michael. Other questions out there? Well, certainly you have emails on your screen. My email is out there, mark.bonner@scouting.org. And, you know, feel free to reach out. You know, we're all in touch. We're all very easily accessible via email, via our website and Facebook pages. Chris, maybe you could drop the share.
Oh, yep, absolutely. You got it.
There we go. Well, good. Thank you, everybody. We went over just about 35 minutes. Again, this is Mark. Thank you for tuning in. Look for emails on Thursday as usual. Tomorrow, Facebook Live 4 p.m., Friday Roundtable, and Saturday we're on Facebook again. So be well, Thank you all for tuning in, and let's stay in touch. All right. Thanks, everybody.